So obviously, Amanda, we're here ahead of your fight with Irene Aldana. I believe it's the first time you've been in Canada since your rematch with Valentina. So it's probably quite familiar territory for you in a sense. So how does it feel to be back in Canada?
Yeah, actually, I've been here for the second time in Vancouver, so I like it. The first time I not be able to like walk around, but this time I'm here, walk around and I see things, and I have good luck in Canada. So this is a good thing.
Mm-hmm. And obviously, this fight was supposed to be the trilogy with Juliana, but she was forced out due to injury. Is that something that you probably feel a bit better about? It's a new opponent. You sort of proved in that rematch with Juliana that there's a big level between you guys. So Irina is quite a fresh challenge and probably quite exciting for you.
Yeah, it's always also fight somebody new. Training, do a camp for somebody that you never fought before is always exciting. So when everything changed for me, it was good too. I was ready to fight neither, Juliana or Aldana. So I knew if it was Aldana this time, I know she would be the next. So I was already thinking about her. I was training for her a little bit too. So, but like everything changed, and I was ready for Aldana already.
Mm, mm. Speaking of Aldana, I believe she's fought like twice in the past 2 years, both some good stoppage wins. One against Macy Chiasson, a good liver up kick, and against Yana Kunitskaya, a good knockout there. She's probably one of the best sort of strikers you've faced in your career. So, well, she's great on the feet. So, what's your thoughts on her recent wins?
Honestly, I think the best striker that I fought was Germaine Dihadami, you know. But like I think Aldana definitely have a good box. And she can use her reach pretty well. So yeah, it's a challenge. It's the challenge that I like it. So she definitely is gonna bring that challenge,
Mm.
and I'm gonna be ready for.
Mm. Something I hate to sort of discuss, but it's relevant because this fight's at 135 and you got to make championship weight sort of thing. Is Aldana? I believe she came in overweight for her last fight. She's not actually hit 135 in 2.5 years. As a fighter, as a professional, is this something that you think about? And if she does come in over, would you be concerned about taking the fight, given it's a championship fight?
Honestly, like I'm here, like I cannot go anywhere without fight. So I feel like if she miss away, I don't have any problem fighting her.
Mm, mm, mm. Yeah, I was going to ask because a lot of
But
fans.
that definitely not gonna be for the belt. You know what I mean? It's
Mm,
gonna be just a fight.
hmm Something that I was sort of surprised at looking at this fight is Irene's actually older than you. It's surprising because you've been around this game for so long and achieved so much. And given you recently turned 35 last week, and a belated happy birthday on that, what is left for
Thank
you
you.
to prove? You've got endless UFC records, like 7 wins over former champions, first two-weight women champion, and if you win this fight, you'll be the most wins out of any female UFC fighter ever. So do you just? I know I watched a recent interview where you like to say you just keep making memories. So what's sort of left for you to prove in the UFC?
Definitely, I'm gonna be the one. It's gonna be the hand raised at the end of the fight Saturday. So I'm not down. I'm gonna go back home with my two belts. And honestly, like I love the competition. I love everything about it. This is what I'm driving. I love it to compete. I like to be in training camp. I love it to make a strategy. I like everything about this game. So this is what it making me like moving forward and the memory as well. So all together is like driving me forward strong.
Mm, mm. And speaking of that, those two belts there is the featherweight belt is something that I believe when you defeated Felicia Spencer, then you went on to defeat Megan Anderson the next year, both at featherweight. But it's been about 2 years now. So what's your sort of thoughts on that division? And is it a lack of challenge or something that frustrates you a bit at that division? I'm sure you'd like to get in at both weights, and you've not really had the chance to do that at women's featherweight, have you?
Honestly, like after this, whatever. I feel like I don't have any problem to go up. I'm very excited and be able to do the two-way class. So I'm strong in both of them,
Mm.
and I don't have any problem defend the next 145.
Mhm. Going back to the last fight where you looked amazing against Juliana, and everyone sort of suspected that something was off in that first fight anyway. But obviously the trilogy, it was supposed to be the trilogy. But do you sort of feel like you proved a point in that second one, and even though the scores are 1-1 now, it's almost like your win was so decisive against her. You don't really need that trilogy, or is that something you'd be open to in the future?
Honestly, I don't need it, but like if it's gonna happen, I don't mind. I take it. It's not a
Mm.
problem at all.
Hmm. What do you think the sort of the weaknesses of without giving away too much of the game plan? I know, for example, looking at your last fight, you went southpaw for like the whole fight, and that was something that not many people was expecting. But this one with Irene is, are we going to see something new from you again that no one's ever seen? You're going to come out and do something new for the whole fight like you did against Juliana?
Like it's I always wait for the last minute to decide to do things. Obviously, like my mind is crazy. Always bring something the day of the fight. So I'm excited to, like you guys, to see what I'm gonna bring. So obviously, I always like think about something new, but we never know until the fight started. So I'm excited for that, and I do think I can see a lot of holes in her game. Even in her strike as well. So I'm gonna capitalize and make her miss it and then wait for the best moment to finish anytime in the full in the feet or in the floor. I will have the big advantage in this fight for sure.
Mm. And finally, just going on to, the fact that you've achieved so much is, I watched a recent interview where you said you still want to be involved with the UFC when you stop fighting. So do you have a sort of plan for post-retirement? Is something like boxing down the line, or do you think like once you're done with MMA, you maybe want to go on to become the sort of analyst for the UFC? Do you sort of have those like career goals after you hang up your gloves or not?
Honestly, I have so many things to do with MMA, like so soon I'm done with these. I obviously I'm gonna take a very long break to rest, and then recover a little bit. And right after I definitely is gonna do something. I have a couple things that I've been offered to do. So, but I have to think about what I really want. I don't want to travel that much. So do with UFC, you gotta travel, you gotta do so many things, but like we'll see. I'm gonna rest, enjoy a lot, especially with my family. My family grows, so I wanna be home. I wanna enjoy a little bit my housey. I wanna enjoy my life a little bit and then see what happens next.